Today's idea is going to be an anti-influencer agency. So not as crazy as the ones I've done before on the series, but I wanted to test this out because I'm not gonna lie, I actually think this one has legs. We're gonna have heyLevi test this idea out for us. And if this is the first time you're tuning into the series, this show and this series is all about pressure testing crazy business ideas, crazy or not, actually, and making sure that you're using AI in a way where it's not just going to agree with you and tell you what it thinks you want to hear, but actually give you a way to identify if your idea has legs and know what some of the objections might be before you decide to spend time and money on launching this idea. So we're going to use heyLevi's product playbooks instead of something like ChatGPT because it's going to give us a lot more real results and actually let us call our customer avatar and pressure test ideas in real time. So let's do it. So here I am in heyLevi's product playbooks page, and I'm going to create a quick product playbook for this. I'm going to add a description of what my idea is here. So let's go. A talent agency that only represents people who roast brands, calls out nonsense, and gets famous for not giving a damn. Think satire meets influence. All right, so I don't have a good name for this, so let's suggest some names. Let's have heyLevi give us a name for it. Let's go with roaster. Okay, so we have roaster, we have our description. Now, if you have seen me do these videos or used heyLevi before, you know that it's pulling in my actual brand customer avatar here. Now, because this idea has nothing at all to do with what my brand actually does, I'm going to delete this and replace this. So let's go. Anti-influencers that are people who roast brands, call out nonsense, and get famous for not giving a damn. They're really all about satire meets influence. Now, let's go ahead and just based on these one-liner descriptions, let's go ahead and let heyLevi identify who would be our target buyer. Is there a target buyer? And who would they be? What would they look like? What kind of person would they be? So let's find out. All right, so here we have our target buyer. But what I'm going to do is just save it. It's going to give me an alert saying, hey, your product playbook isn't complete. That's perfectly fine because what we want to do is simply pressure test this idea really quick and not build out a whole product playbook with its complete market positioning strategy and all of that. So here we have Taylor. There's just a couple of key things that I want to look at. So the first thing is their deepest struggles and fears. That's super important. So Taylor says she's tired of brands thinking they can fool us with their relatable ads. She worries about selling out, losing her edge, or being seen as just another influencer who's doing it for the sponsorships. Professionally, she struggles with brands that want the clout but don't want the real talk. She fears that speaking out honestly could burn bridges with cool opportunities and also hates the idea of watering around her voice. Okay, so I get it. Socially, she's anxious about being misunderstood. I think that's really important. Or getting called out for not going hard enough. I am kind of this person, and I will tell you that that is completely true. All right, and then the other part that's really important is to give this part a quick look. This is their inner dialogue that the AI and heyLevi has basically identified for us that this is what this person, Taylor, would be thinking in her head. Literally, this is the stuff that she's thinking about. All right, so sometimes I wonder if I'm doing enough to actually get paid for what I'm good at. I have influencer friends. This is exactly what they say. I'm giving away just my best jokes for free online. I get so many DMs from brands wanting collabs, but they never want to pay, or they want me to change my voice and sound like everybody else. This has happened to me. Actually, I'm not even an influencer. I don't want to become another influencer who just sells stuff to their followers. I want people to see me as the real deal, the one who calls out nonsense, makes people actually laugh, but it's tough, rent isn't free, and I need gigs that respect what I do. So you can see that whole satire and sarcasm coming in this customer persona or customer avatar. All right. I wish there was a way to work with brands who actually get it, who want the roast, and honestly, not just the audience. It's not just about the likes and the followers and the popularity, right? When I buy stuff, I want to feel like I'm supporting something real, not just another faceless company. I hold back sometimes because I've been burned before by empty promises or brands just want the free exposure. My dream is to be known for keeping it real and making money doing it without ever feeling like I sold out. So good. This is so good. If you know any influencers or if you're an influencer yourself, you know that this is spot on. Okay, what we're gonna do now is pressure test this idea by giving Taylor a call.
Hello, who is this?
Hi, Taylor. My name's Raheen, and I got your number from a friend who told me about the cool stuff that you do, and I wanted to see if maybe we could collaborate. Was that something you might be open to?
Okay, spill the tea. What kind of cool stuff did they say I do?
Well, they say that you're anti-influencer, so you're not about selling out or being like everybody else, but you really like getting deep and being yourself, and you respect brands that see you for who you are and are not trying to turn you into everybody else.
So you're gonna tell me what this collab is about, or are we just gonna keep trading compliments? I'm kind of busy here.
I completely get that. So I'm an agency and I represent people exactly like you that don't want to sell out for anybody or don't want to be somebody that they are not and still make money for it. Is that something you'd be interested in working with?
Okay, so you're saying I can get paid to roast brands without becoming one of them? What's the catch?
No catch. We just work together. I would be your agency. So I would actually connect you to brands like that, like the ones you're looking for. And if you make money, I make money.
All right, so how does this work? Do I have to pretend to like stuff I don't? Because that's where I draw the line.
Not at all. So this is exactly the opposite of that. And that's exactly what we stand for as well, which is why we're so excited about this collab. So we're going to find you brands that actually value your authenticity and actually value who you are without having to turn you into somebody else or underpay you or any of that. Once we find a brand, a good fit, you would work for them, you'd make money, and then we take a cut of that. How does that sound?
Okay, that sounds promising. What kind of brands are we talking about here? I'm not trying to promote like energy drinks or fast fashion.
All right, so I actually did not do my homework to see what kind of brands she does like. I'm sure it's in here. It's probably here. She likes brands like Glossier, Supreme, and uses Apple products. So there it is. I just didn't read it. But yeah, so I ended the call there. But again, you can see you can go pretty far with this. I actually think this is a great idea. She gave me no objections, no resistance, and that's not typical for these customer avatar calls. I don't know. What do you think? Is this something that you would potentially start, or do you think I should? I'm honestly considering it. Let me know.